energy. Some of you might be feeling like resting, like not doing as much as you do, probably drained. Please hydrate. If you have a headache, movement, more movement, extra hydration, not just water, but like things that give you electrolytes, but also get checked. Because no matter what, we will be having multiple planets in the sign of Aries for a while. Um, I will be putting Lady D Emerald's video discussing trigger warning on this femicide and just like the aggression against Black women. I think that's really important. It's something to keep an eye on, as well as our podcast in regards to like things that are happening right now are also part of like Jupiter being in Cancer and all of this aggression against women. And so you'll have those as like either recommended videos and or links in the comment box. So um also with new moon in Aries, it's kind of asking depending where Aries is on your chart, but it's a refocus on what um you inherently want to do off a rip, right? Like that initial impulse to do something. Will you um, decide, make the choice, have the audacity to do the thing, whatever that thing is, before you start double uh, analyzing, questioning, doubting, right? How long will it be if you to decide that you will live the life that you want to live? Have the relationships you want to live, for example, be it with yourself, with others, with your occupation, home, etc. It's very much on like what you want for yourself versus what others want, and what has been maybe holding you back um, from locking in a way that is real to you and honest and not because somebody else told you so. So we have 3 decks, and we're going to do this slightly differently. And so I'll just show you the back of this one. This is the Midnight City Tarot. So this is deck number 1, just so you know what it looks like. This is the Rider-Waite, what is it? Like the mini one. These are my travel decks. Welcome, everyone. And then this is the Gentle Tarot. So 1, 2, 3. And then I have Oracle decks if they're needed. Let us begin with deck number 1. All right. Let's move these to the side. All right. So this is in regards to, this is also a new moon. It's the first new moon in Aries during the astrological new year, which is also Aries season. So it's like really and truly first beginnings, new beginnings, or just having like a new attitude about some things, being passionate about new things. So may this answer any questions, any doubts that you have, any impulses, clarity for the new moon in Aries. Oh, all right, 3 cards. All right. Is everything upside down? Interesting. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna do. Oop, boom. Okay. So right here, let's put this closer so you can see it. All right. 6 of Cups. So there's a couple of things with the 6 of Cups. Usually it's like when I reminisce over you, right? Kind of vibes. Let me see. I'm like, I don't think there's any comments, but hello, everybody. Six of Cups is usually thinking about memories, thinking about the past, thinking about inheritances, thinking about kind of looking back. And so maybe it's doing inner child work, really fulfilling things that maybe you haven't been able to do, right? We have the Tower in reverse, which could be resistance around change, that you may want to consider, but also what can't continue that you're maybe not allowing for it to either end, change, or take responsibility for. The Tower usually comes in as either a surprise or something unexpected, maybe falling apart, but it's going to fall into place. And so if you're sitting in like, maybe you're about to take a step towards something new, but you're still hesitating or wondering, like, what if this doesn't work out or whatever it is, that energy is holding you back. Just because you've had experiences in the past doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the outcome is going to be. And so you have this resistance maybe to change, maybe to new beginnings. But like what you're looking for is on the other side of that. So think about that, consider that. But you're also going to get clarity as you see, okay, this is still the same thing. I've seen this thing happen over and over. Like, what's on the other side? And maybe getting curious about it, right? Is where it's at. So there is a level of emotional fulfillment that you desire, that you need. And it's not going to come from these spaces, right? Like resistance to change, things not being clear, or having too many options, right? Maybe narrowing it down, maybe doing a list for the things that are more beneficial. Boom. And Four of Cups, you've probably been in spaces where you've had to reserve your emotional self, or you can't be your full self. And so that can't continue, friends. I got two Oracle decks or Oracle cards. All right, this one was in the reverse. So, whatever this new beginning is that is coming in may be safe for your inner child, but you have to make that decision, right? You might have to be like, I'm self-adopting and I'm going to take care of myself in ways that maybe I've never experienced before. And so in this Oracle deck, we have today you will love yourself like no one has ever known to love you, self-love. And this one is the world is mine, just like joy is, confidence and happiness. So if you decide to look at cup half full versus half empty, that might lead you into new beginnings that you didn't even know were waiting for you. Take the chance and build the parachute along the way. Waiting and worrying and like preventing yourself from that new beginning, you already see what that looks like. So what if it all works out? That's card number one. Thank you, card number one. Let's do card number two. Yeah, my decks are not upside down. Okay, just checking. Well, looks like you're leaving tumultuousness behind. And that is confirmation right there. I don't even need a third card. All right, so we have the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, and 10. So deck number two, big And maybe not so big, right? They might be subtle changes that lead you to something that is fulfilling, better relationships, better life experiences, or just like personal fulfillment and joy. If it's too, like, if you have to hold back what your thoughts are, if you have to hold back what your feelings are, um, maybe it's not worth it, right? Um, Maybe it's not worth it. Oh, I'm like looking at the things. Also, if you're not feeling like you're allowed to, how do you? There are things in, well, in the thing of Aries, right? It's very much how do you create this space for yourself within the parameters that you have. Not everybody can be like, I'm going to move to a whole nother country on the other side of the world. Not everybody can do that. But this is where you push back, and it can be as gently as possible, right? It can be a decision and be like, I'm not going to engage with this anymore. It can be that you've been seeing the game and you just don't want to play with it anymore, or you change the rules to your own game, right? If it feels too difficult or too hard, or like you're over explaining yourself and it's taking more from you than it feels like worth it to do, what happens when you stop? What happens when you redirect that energy into things that you want to grow versus like, this person's not really interested in what I got going on? So, very much removing yourself energetically, as in, I'm going to refocus on this, I'm going to work on what I want, I'm going to think about things slightly more differently, might be more useful to you. Yep. Caution, pain. Yeah. So you might be in some really difficult situations where you have to navigate this gently, right? I need one more card. Okay. Yeah, that's what I got. You might have to not self-isolate, but you might have to recalibrate and find downtime for yourself, be it 5 minutes a day, so that you can listen. There's too much noise going on here. And when there's too much noise, you're not able to even know what you desire and what you want, right? And so you are responsible for your path. How you go about doing that, refocusing on yourself. Yes, being patient, but also putting in the work. And so you may have had to walk on eggshells. You might have to make people unhappy with you. And not if you're like an abusive relationship or what have you, but you may have to make a plan for yourself or carve a way out for yourself where you're not always accessible to everyone, because it's depleting you and it's not letting you reach here. And so put in the work, save some money. Time is also currency. Attention is also currency. Having this time to yourself, or being able to lock in and study or do your art or whatever endeavor that you have, and saying, hey, nah, I can't go out today. Hey, I actually can't do this favor for you. This is not going to work for me. I'm sorry, I have a prior engagement, is how you start carving out no's to other people and yeses to yourself. Because what's on the other side of this is literally something sustainable, replenishing, that is literally what you desire. So, and your relationship should feel like that. If it's depleting you, it's not working. It's not for you. And that doesn't mean that everything is perfect all the time, but you shouldn't feel so drained by someone or something um, in your life. And there are days, but we got one more. Also, I would add self-forgiveness. Just because you know better now doesn't mean you knew better before. And so also give yourself grace and a break. Be as gentle with yourself as possible because you only got you at the end of the day. Yes, we have community, we have family, but the relationship with yourself is the most important ongoing one that we'll always have until the end. Thank you, card number 2. Card number 3. Boom. If you missed card number 1 and 2, I will be posting this. Also, will be check out the description box and the videos. And the videos that I'll probably be tagging or something for you to know the energy around all of the astrology around this time. What decisions are you making? And what aren't you saying? What's happening here? Okay. Yeah. I'm like checking if my deck is upside down. It's not. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay. So, boom. Okay. So, Ace of Thunder is the Ace of Swords reversed. What's interesting always about this deck, let me show you. So on the upright, this is what it looks like. Got it. So if you are somebody who is always looking for signs, for ongoing advice, you know what you need to do. You may feel it, you may know it, or you may need to sit a while longer with yourself to know the direction that you're heading, but you know what you need to do. A lot of this isn't somebody tell me what's next. It's more of like, what do you want to be next? Hello, person. What do you want to be next? What do you envision? What is your desire? How would you like to experience it? Say that out loud. Or write it down or think about it or meditate on that versus asking, what do I do next? You have the power to decide, you have the knowledge, and you can't necessarily make a bad decision. You just you weigh the pros and cons, right? I actually want to look at the let's see if I'll be able to pull it up. The book for the Flower of Thunder. And so literally it's like Ace of Wands. It kind of feels like you've been waiting to know what's next for yourself. And it might just take the fact that you just need to make a step forward. Here we go. We're in the Ace of Thunder. Give me 1 second. Root, flower. So the natural state of my mind is clarity. I soar with the wings of my true heart. With finding bolts of clarity in her talons, our flower of thunder has proven superior to the storms that have challenged her. From seed where you took your first leap to root where you trained inwardly, you now emerge as a flower where you bloom and soar, shedding light and clear direction. Your decision will lead to the clarity that you're looking for. Your insightfulness and straightforward expression open you to a new level of independence. The power of word and mind aligned, coupled with a clear heart, is as fluid as the eagle's flight. Yeah. So I want you to see. And literally, they're both thunder, but look at where it's coming from, right? Instead of the hands receiving the thunder, it's like the hands are the ones kind of pushing the thunder, and the talons are doing their thing. Make the decision and let the road find you. Point blank, period. What you want is on the other side of what you decide, and what if it all works out? Oh, there goes my headphone. But last and not least, let go. Let go of fear. Let go of the negative what ifs. You might just surprise yourself. Thank you, deck number 3. I hope that was of use to you, and I am grateful for those who listened, and I will see y'all in the next moon.